So, good day everyone. We're going to talk about concept of culture. So, let us recall nga ba and make it clear for one another ano nga ba ang meaning ng kultura. So, again, pag sinabi nating culture, ito'y pinagsama-samang isip, ideya, paniniwala, kaugalian, kakayahan ng mga tao, or yung alam nilang tama at mali, yun yung sumasalamin sa kanilang kultura. Hindi lang sa kaalaman, but also sa mga bagay na nakikita natin around that makes us in the same pace or nagpapakita na ang mga taong naroroon sa lugar na yun ay ina-acknowledge yung mga ganong klaseng bagay na bahagi ng kanilang community. Kagaya na lamang ng mga transportations and so on. Paulit-ulit na mga iniisip natin or paulit-ulit natin ginagawa or in short yung mga traditions natin. At ayon sa pag-aaral, may iba't ibang perspective nun. And we're going to talk about the two perspective, which is the first one, yung pananaw ng mga sociologist. At yung pangalawa naman is yung pananaw ng mga anthropologist. Pag sinabi nating sociologist, sila yung mga nag-aaral regarding society. Pag sinabi naman nating anthropologist, they're the one who study human beings, paano tayo mag-isip, paano tayo na-compose, or what affects us bilang human. And according sa perspective ng sociologist, imagine mga anak, they are the one who's looking in the top view ng society. Sabi nila, ang kultura daw ay dynamic according to sa definition ng pagkaka-define nila regarding culture in the view as sociologist. Sabi nila, dynamic daw, flexible, adaptive. Pangalawa, shared and maybe challenged. Pangatlo, learn through socialization and enculturation or enculturation. Pang-apat, pattern social interaction. So let's talk about why. Place yourselves mga anak in a situation wherein you are looking at the community. Nakatingin ka lang sa community na hindi mo ka lugar or hindi mo katulad yung mga tao. And if we're going to observe those people, there are different sets of beliefs, character, attitude, also different technologies they have, iba't ibang konsepto ng kultura ang meron sila. But what binds them together is the fact that culture is dynamic. It is adaptable. It is flexible. They have to adapt whatever is in the society. They have to assess whether the culture that is being practiced of the person in front of them or yung mga taong nakakasalamuhan nila ay okay ba for the rest of the people. I mean, if it's working or if it's okay lang naman, people will work on it. People will adopt it. But if hindi okay yung ganong klaseng practices, tradition, culture, gamit, or anything tangible, intangible man yan na nakikita ng mga tao in front of them, people will also say something about it. And there comes the the correction within the circle or within the group na maaring mag-lead into what is best for the community. That's why in the first bullet, sabi ng mga sociologist, it is adaptive, flexible, and dynamic. Okay? Pag sinabi nating dynamic, tuloy-tuloy, it is flexible kasi people adjust toward one another para mag-work sila together in the community. And if not, di ba may mga taong may mga maalis within the community, kagaya nga nung napag-usapan natin on the previous lesson, that there are people, there are reason bakit magkakasama ang mga tao. And if there's no purpose to be there, and if you think you are less secure in the society, you will no longer stay there. Tama? People, you will initiate to leave the community once you feel like you are not safe enough to that community. Tama? It is an initiative of an individual to leave out kapag feeling nila they are not belong, they are not safe enough, they are not comfortable to that place. So then therefore, sociologists defined it dynamic, flexible, and adaptive kasi people will adopt on it. People will work on it. Automatically yun na intrusive thought ng mga tao or kusang kinikilos ng mga tao yung ganun na i-correct or going okay yung community nila. Pangalawa, shared and maybe challenge. Kasi nga, as we share one another's culture, we are able to adjust on one another as well. Sabi dyan, we are able to act in appropriate ways as well as predict how other will act as well. Kasi nga, we share our culture, we share our point of view. And the very means, according to the sociologist, para daw mag-swak tayo, mag-fit in tayo in the society, para i-place natin yung sarili natin doon at mag-stay tayo doon, is we tend to communicate toward one another. Okay, kaya nga yung mga namumuno, because they are the rulers in the community, which makes the community okay for everyone who's there within that place or that territory. So, they do believe that it is shared and maybe challenged. Kasi bakit challenge? Kasi somehow, we cannot please everyone else. Hindi lahat ng tao within the community ay magiging okay sa'yo. And you have to bear with it. You have to accept it. Now, ito yung tinuturo sa atin sa school. How are we going to respond properly kapag kami mga bagay or instances that is not favor to us? Or hindi akma or hindi okay for us? Paano tayo magre-react? How are we going to create the community okay in spite or despite of what is we are experiencing? Are we going to leave or are we going to stay? What are we going to do? Yan yung tinuturo sa atin sa school. How are we going to properly react para magkaroon tayo ng harmonious interaction with other people as well? Third one is learn through socialization or enculturation. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng enculturation? It is the gradual acquisition of the characteristics. Ibig sabihin yung unti-unti mong pag-adapt ng characteristic or unintentionally nakokopya mo yung mga kinikilos ng mga tao na nakakasalamuha mo. Sabi nga dyan, it is not inherited. Hindi siya minana. Pero it is learned through process of interaction or sa pakikisalamuha mo sa mga tao. Kung paano ka inalagaan or paano ka kino-communicate ng family mo during mula pagkabata mo hanggang ngayon, or kung paano ka tinuturuan ng mga kaibigan mo, ano yung mga ini-instill nila sa isip mo na tama o mali, is also a process how we acquire culture as well, how we learn culture. It is learned through socialization. That's why you have to be very careful sa mga nakakasalamuhan nyo, sa mga nakakasama nyo, kasi they will create an impact of who you are, how are you going to act within the community, will also affect kung paano kanila in-educate. Next, sabi ng mga sociologists, it is a patterned social interaction. Again, as we acquire or learn something, kapag na-adapt na natin siya and yun na yung naging characteristic natin, personality natin, magiging pattern na siya which people around us will observe as well. Even ikaw, may mga bagay na hindi mo naman narinig, di naman tinuro sa'yo, pero ginagawa mo or ginagaya mo kasi nakita mong paulit-ulit na ginagawa ng mga tao, paulit-ulit na isinasagawa kagaya ng mga festivals, mga holidays natin, hanggang ngayon ginugunita natin. It's because yun na yung kinasanayan mo, kinagisnan mo na way kung paano natin ine-express yung culture na meron tayo within the society. Next, let's talk about yung ano naman yung pananaw ng mga anthropologists, those who are studying human beings or kalagayan ng mga tao. How human is being raised all throughout the process. So, una daw, sabi nila, ang kultura daw ay nag-grow through learned process. Kagaya ng sinasabi nga ng mga sociologists in an area. As we interact with other people, automatically, you will communicate with them, you will learn something to them. And sabi naman ng mga anthropologists ay by means of learning, kung ano yung natututunan natin, nare-realize nating tama na gawin at maling gawin, of course, we adopt something from that concept. Next is, number 2, symbolic. Ito kasi yung automatically kumakatawan sa karakteristik ng isang tao within that society or within that place. So, kung ine-embody mo at nakita mo intellectually na-realize mo na yung iniidolo mong ate, yung iniidolo mong part of the family is yun yung ginagawa niya. And you seems like kita mong pleasing ito tignan at gusto mo ding maging ganun kagaya ng image na meron siya. Kaya of course, automatically we people will practice the same routine because in our point of view, it symbolizes something. It means something. Okay, so we adopt culture because we understood what this means to us. Kung ano nga bang sense nito sa atin. Third one, systematic and integrated. Yung result or personality na meron tayo ay nagmula po sa pinaghalo-halo. Pag sabi ng integrated, pinagsama-sama. Pinaghalo-halong observation natin, natutunan natin regarding sa religion, sa mga belief natin, sa political views, or current or contemporary world issues na pinag-aaralan natin or kinakasangkutan natin, which composed our culture bilang human or yung culture na meron ka as an individual that tawag dito, automatically attract the same people with same point of view, same routine practices na ginagawa mo. And last one is encompassing because it gives direction to people. Sabi dyan, people as member of their own society establish connections. It gives directions to us. And you will feel it automatically kapag you are in the same culture. Also, if not naman, of course, ito yung tinuturo, ito na intervention ng school or ng mga tao sa paligid natin, which is to make us understand the differences we have and to cope on that differences nang hindi tayo maging harmful and at the same time mabuhay tayo ng malaya at masaya within that culture even though or within that society even though we have differences. Sabi ng mga sociologist, ang kultura daw is ang pinakamahalagang bahagi na kumukonekta sa bawat isa or sa bawat taong involved within that society. Kasi nga naman, kung may kanya-kanya tayong point of view or may kanya-kanya tayong rules, regulation, or standard, automatically, di ba, imagine it, mag-cross out yung landas ng bawat isa because we have different stand in life if no culture is existing. And now, let's talk about the functions of culture. Ano nga ba ang sense? Bakit tayo may kultura? And the first one is, it serves as trademark or tatak nga ng mga tao. Pangalawa, ito yung nagtuturo sa atin ng mga bagay na dapat natin gawin. So, by means of knowing our culture, nagiging familiar din tayo sa mga do's and don'ts within our community. And also, of course, it gives meaning to individuals in existence kasi nga may kanya-kanya tayong role in the society that we have to do para mag-work for good ang ating community. Next is, it predicts social behavior kasi nga we have common characteristic expectedly bilang bahagi ng society. Next, it unifies diverse behavior kasi nga in spite or despite sa mga pagkakaiba-iba natin, meron tayong tinatawag na batas within that society na sinusunod ng lahat and which makes our society secure and also peaceful. It offers ready-made solution to man's material and immaterial problem kasi nga, meron ng mga previous history na siyang naging dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng set of rules or standard within the community. Nakita nang may bad effects sa ganitong gawain. Of course, our laws will limit people from doing that so kasi nga nakita nang may mali sa mga ganong klaseng practices.